Aquarius, welcome to your love reading for January 2019. If it resonates, consider personal reading. My rates, my info, my email are below. Just send me an email and we can go ahead and set that up. I also want to mention that I am offering gift readings for the holidays. If you want to give somebody a reading for the holidays as a last minute gift, or just somebody that you know that has already always wanted one, just email me and we can go ahead. I'll give you the details on that. It's at a discounted rate, so I'll give you the details on that to set up. Okay. Other things to mention. Okay. Let me start over. Other things to mention. I'm doing my 2019 Sun Moon readings in my playlist. Check those out. My 2018 Sun Moon readings are also in my playlist. I will be working on compatibilities the rest of this year and into next year. Those are also on my playlist. Social media, I'm on Instant Go if you need a quick answer to a question at a reasonable price. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, so like, follow, and message me. Finally, I'll be leaving a Vimeo link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, or an ex, okay? So let's get to your reading. Okay, this position is energies prior to January 2019 that you're passing out of as you're going into January. We have the 10 of dragonflies in the upright with the 8 of beetles in the reversed. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, you were in a relationship that just kind of fulfilled you, okay? You're very happy. You're very content. If you're not in a relationship, you're definitely kind of hoping for a relationship with somebody. Same thing, that, you know, you're very happy, you're content, it's ideal. It's all about the marriage, it's all about the children. For me, it's my white picket fence card with the kids kind of dancing around the yard, all right? Now, the problem kind of arises when the Beetle of Pentacles in reverse was drawn, because that usually indicates not having lack of success in regards to that, or not progressing in regards to that. Okay, and be really careful that some of you aren't with this 8 of Pentacles holding really stuck in your way of thinking in regards to this perfect ideal relationship, because the 8 of Beetles can talk about that. You having this perfect, this ideal relationship or love or fairy tale in your mind, and because you're sort of, you know, limited in your view or stuck in your way of thinking in regards to that, or your perception of that, it leaves you kind of stuck, and then it's too high of a bar. Nobody can kind of match up to that, and it kind of prevents love from coming into your life that you might not necessarily see as perfect, but you know, it has some advantages to you, it has some benefits to you, okay? It does have love, but just not the love as you perceive it to be, exactly as you perceive it to be for you, okay? And that's what could be creating that lack of success or progress if you're in a relationship. Also, I want to point out, if you're in a relationship, it could be one of those relationships where you sort of feel like, you know, it shouldn't be this hard. It should be like this. You know, not a lot of times, but sometimes when we're in a relationship, we just kind of think it flows so easily. There shouldn't be any work. Why is this so hard? And because it's not that ideal, then you don't feel like, kind of, you know, you start lacking in ambition in regards of working on the relationship or pushing it forward. All right. Now we move into January 2018. We have the Death card in reverse, which is the card of Scorpio for those of you that resonates, in regards to the 3 of Cups in reversed, okay? Now, for some of you, I'm just going to come right out and say somebody may have betrayed you, there might have been an affair, somebody might have cheated on you, okay? That is the 3 of Cups, and that's what the 3 of Cups talks about. And it can be, some of you in January could be holding on to, kind of holding on to that, all right? Maybe not accepting that it happened, reluctant to let go and move on to this, just kind of holding on to the pain that resulted from that, and it's leaving you kind of stuck, all right? So whatever the betrayal was, it doesn't really have to be cheating. Somebody could have done that. It changed the dynamic in your relationship, and you're holding on to that with a Death card. You're refusing to move forward, maybe like a dog with a bone, maybe hoping that you could go back and change things, and you can't. I mean, it is what it is. So it really is about holding on to the unhealthy and not purging yourself from it, alrighty? And that could very well what happened here. I mean, it could be a situation where you were having this, idyllic marriage, or you thought it was an idyllic marriage, and then somebody did something. There was some sort of betrayal or a change in dynamic to actually kind of cause it to crash around you. And going into January, you have a really hard time accepting that pain and moving on. You're just kind of dwelling on whatever happened, and not bringing new energy in, or just, burning it and moving on, realizing it's not for you. It doesn't serve you anything to hold on to this, whatever that bad energy is. As we move out of January into February, I see you still kind of holding on to it a little bit. We have the Queen of Swords with the Knight of Bees in reverse, okay? So the Knight of Bees is a very, he's a very chaotic energy. But let me start with this I'm going to start with the Queen of Moths first, because I'm feeling like with the Queen of Moths in reverse, a lot of you are coming out of this, going into February, feeling lesser, lacking confidence, sort of feeling like you had a fall from grace. Another message of the Queen of Wands is feeling like what others will think. So this Knight of Wands is behind, and he's a really chaotic energy. And my concern is the Knight of Bees, and that's not the Wands, and just don't listen to me. It's the Knight of Bees. I made a mistake. Don't worry about it. But the Knight of Bees in reverse, he's somebody who really talks a lot. So he does a lot of talking. He doesn't have any substance behind it. Another thing the Knight of Bees does that I don't like is he doesn't have any ownership over things. He will cause something, and then he will deny any kind of involvement in it. And I almost feel like something happened in regards to your partner, and this person is going around talking about this, kind of saying they didn't do that, that's not true. When you know back here that it is true, you know that they did something back here, and then as a result, you're looking like the person, you're looking like the person that's shamed, worried about what other people are thinking because of what this person is talking about, or that they're not holding themselves responsible or accountable for what happened in this relationship, or the dissolution of this relationship. So can you please provide clarification on the 10 of Dragonflies? Why is the 10 of Dragonflies here for Cancers, energies prior to love, energies prior to January 2019? Who was this person? Was this energy? Additional messages? And I didn't mention this at the beginning, I did change my format a little bit because I have an injury, so I can't shuffle like I used to, and the way that I shuffle is really ugly on camera, so I'm just eliminating it, but I will shuffle for clarifiers. All right, so with this 10 of Dragonflies, we have the 6 of Swords along with the 2 of Pentacles. And I feel like with the 6 of Swords, you guys keep on, we're trying to, because this previous energies, go back and rectify this. Go back and make it the dream that you thought it was. Go back and hope for the dream that it could have been. That's not being able to move away without closure. So you go back and you're trying to find your closure. You're trying to figure out, why wasn't it this wonderful thing that I thought it would be, or that it started out to be, or I perceived it to be. It would rather be a way of going about it. And I see the 2 of Pentacles here with you almost trying to make that happen, because the 2 of Pentacles is about making things work, okay, and balancing things, and trying to make something happen. And I just feel like you couldn't seem to make this happen. You couldn't make that idyllic thing happen, that fairy tale thing happen, that thing that you sort of wanted. No matter how you tried to go back, no matter how much you tried to work at it, you could have also known at that point that your partner was juggling you and somebody else. Sometimes the 2 of Pentacles can be about somebody juggling 2 people. So you could have been aware of another person, another party, and your partner was juggling between you and the other person, and you wanted to work on what you guys had. You kept on going back to it, trying to figure out why. Why is this going on? Why can't it be what we want it to be, or what I want it to be? Can you please provide clarification on the 8 of Beetles in reverse? Why is the 8 of Beetles here in reverse for Cancer energies prior to January 2000? Okay, so we have the 3 of Cups in the upright. All right, I do feel like, so with your partner, maybe that person was kind of, like I said, your relationship wasn't progressing. It wasn't kind of getting anywhere. Somebody was lacking motivation to move it forward. or maybe, or like I said, somebody kind of wants to go back to this, but the problem is I see, and I am thinking for some of you were aware of this other person moving into January, or you had an indication, or your intuition told you so, because we have the Three of Cups, and that's could be an indication of a third party, an indulgence gone too far, a flirting with a third party, overindulging. So I almost feel like for some of you, your partner was going out and having a good time, and you were suspecting that there was somebody, and you were kind of like lying in bed at night just agonizing over it, knowing that they were kind of out having a good time with somebody, not knowing what was going on, and it was keeping you up at night. The anxiety, the over worrying, the bad self-talk you're having, like, what is wrong with me? Why is this kind of going on? Okay, I just don't like love readings like this. All right. Here we have the Death card in reverse, and we're talking about where you might just have a hard time letting go. You're holding on to the unhealthy. So let's clarify that. Can you please provide clarification on the Death card in reverse? Who is this person? What is this energy? What additional messages do you have for the Death card in reverse? For Cancers, love energies. I'm sniffling a little more than usual. It's because I just had salsa. All right, like you needed to know that. Okay, we have the World card. Yeah, you're not getting any closure on this. We have the World card in reverse. You're not learning the lessons that were there for you. And yes, it was somebody who cheated on you, betrayed you in some way, because we have the Thief card. The Thief card is all about that. Somebody who did something behind your back. They snuck around and they did it. It could have led to a divorce for some of you, and you just can't seem to let go of what they did because it was very painful. So you're having a hard time acquiring your own closure. You're having a hard time just letting go of it completely, just burning it, burying it, whatever you have to do in January. Can you please provide clarification on the Three of Dragonflies? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the Three of Dragonflies. Then we definitely have two cards here of an affair or cheating, betrayal. Okay. And the Star card in reversed. So losing hope, giving up faith. I feel like when you did find this out, or this was found out, you just entirely lost faith in the relationship. That's the card of Aquarius. There's a lot of threes here. Okay, so with the Star card in reverse, you lost faith at this point, because I think you did find out. You did find out about it. I think back here it was a suspicion. You had an idea. You were worrying about it. But here I feel like it was confirmed, because the Thief card shows that somebody was caught. Okay? And you can't get over that. And then, of course, the Three of Cups talks about the infidelity, the affair. Star card, wanting to give up. Feeling, some of you might be feeling super, super sad. You might be depressed. You have to realize, though, this is a test of faith, though, with the Star card in reverse. Okay, it might seem like everything is against you right now, that you can't overcome these challenges, but the Star card, you can get over this stuff. It's just like seeing how strong you are. Okay, so it might be rock bottom, but you can overcome these challenges. We have the Three of Wands here, which indicates to me that this is where, because we have two threes here, this is where you realize that your partner was looking at other ships, okay? They were looking at other opportunities, possibly talking to other people. There might have been whatever kind of affair it was, emotional affairs with other people, or physical affairs, or what have you. You do know that they're looking at other people, and they're considering other people, at the very least considering other people. This guy's standing on the shore, so I don't necessarily, I'm not feeling, if it makes you feel any better, I'm not seeing action. I'm seeing the intent. I know some people have different lines in terms of somebody cheating. I mean, some people are like, well, okay, as long as nothing was done physically, then we can repair, or what have you. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I feel like this person hasn't sealed the deal yet. They haven't and I'm not saying that that's how you should believe. I'm just saying I know some people believe that, and it's up to your personal belief where your level level is and where your forgiveness is and where you draw the line and where you don't. Okay, that's not for anybody else to judge within a relationship. But I do want to let you know that I feel like this person hasn't done anything concrete, meaning they're standing on the shore and they're considering stuff. At the very least, they're talking to people or they're reaching out to people, but I don't feel like they've solidified anything, okay? It's just here they're considering what's out there and they have their back turned to you, okay? So they're not giving you the attention and they're longing for attention from other people. So I don't know if some people, that's a good thing or that's a bad thing. That's going to be up to you, okay? So let's look into this Knight of Bees in reverse, because I do just get a feeling that that's somebody just saying, and you could have very well have confronted this person and they're telling you, no, it's not true, I didn't do that, I don't care what other people say. And it might be other people letting you know about this person doing this, and they're denying it, saying they have absolutely, they don't know what people are talking about, how could you think that, you know, that sort of stuff going on. Can you please provide clarification on the Knight of Bees? And I just want you to know, remember these are cards and stars, so don't go running up on your partner and be like, oh, I knew it. I mean, unless you have proof, you know, at the very least, just observe them from a distance, listen to your intuition, and then pray on how you should proceed at all times. Okay, why is the Knight of Bees here reversed? Okay, the Ace of Swords. Okay, so while this person is talking about, I didn't do that, blah, 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 whatever, trying to get you to believe them is what I believe the Knight of Bees is here in this instance. But what's really going on is they're considering a new direction and they want to be single, okay? Because we have the Ace of Swords, and Ace of Swords is considering a new relationship, a new direction, having a breakthrough, carving a new path for oneself, and having the mental clarity and the ambition to go ahead and do it. They might want to do it very quickly. And here you have the Nine of Pentacles here, which usually indicates singledom. Someone who is single, they're independent, they have security, they have class, they really don't need anybody else. But I feel like even though they're kind of denying something here, their intent is actually to move forward single. I don't feel like they care to be in this relationship any longer. I just love being the bearer of bad news. Ugh. Okay. Can you please provide clarification on the Queen of Wands? Who is this person? What is this energy? But it doesn't matter, because we've all been through stuff like this before. And guess what? Everybody ends up coming out standing. My favorite saying that I'm sure you have heard is, this too shall pass. The best thing about life is energies are all, the best thing about life and the worst thing about life is that energies are always evolving. Okay, so even when you're at your darkest point, you know at some point the pendulum has to swing the other way. And it does, it always does. That's why I always tell people to hold on till tomorrow, because you never know when that pendulum is going to swing. Who's going to walk into your life tomorrow? What's going to significantly change? And if you kind of stay in your room with the door shut, you'll never find out. Felt like I had to say that for some of you. Okay, Queen of Wands. Who is this person with this energy? Additional messages for the Queen of Wands. In reverse for Cancers as they move out of January into February. All right, so I wouldn't try to hold on to this person. I do kind of see that when they sort of declare that they no longer want to be in this relationship, you're trying to hold on to them out of fear. You know, kind of like don't go, because we have this Hermit card here, and the Hermit card is the card of Virgo, if that resonates. But I feel them telling you, I'd rather be single, this isn't working out. And I see you with the Four of Pentacles here, holding on to them for dear life. And like I said, it's out of fear. It's not really, you're not trying to hold on to them for the right reasons. I don't feel like they're, adding anything, or, I mean, obviously if they're going to kind of be like this, what are they doing for you? And holding on to them is very shallow. It's almost like a shallow sort of thing. If they stick around, will it be it'll be a shallow victory for you. It won't be like, it won't be a prize or anything like that to have somebody like this around, I'm feeling. Especially since I'm seeing in these cards that they kind of have it in their mind that they want to move forward. I mean, they seem very resolute and determined in doing that. We have two single cards here, okay? Now, this could flip flop. This could very well be you, okay? So, and I definitely should mention that. I always assume that people know that, but just because I see in the comments, people are like, well, you know, it can flip flop. And it can. So, I mean, there's no reason why over here, because I can't always define the energies, but there's no reason why over here it isn't you moving on, deciding to be single. It's not you moving on, empowering yourself and saying, look, I'm not going to put up with this and I'm going to move on single. And maybe I should have chosen that previously. But I always say what comes first and what's the dominant story to me. For the larger percentage, but the smaller percentage could definitely be you guys deciding you're not going to put up with it and you walk out the door and that person's holding on to you. And here you're totally deciding, no, this isn't for me. I'm going to move forward. And if someone's not going to add to my life, if someone's not going to be worthy of my life, then I'm leaving, okay? Or if you aren't going to tell me the truth, because the Ace of Swords can be the truth, then I'm leaving. So, but I'm getting a 50-50 there, to tell you the truth. It's not a larger percentage of one or the other. It's a 50-50, okay? Because it kind of swooped in the last minute and it swooped in kind of strong. So I want to make sure that I put that in there so that, you know, people aren't in a big uproar about that. Now, keep in mind, you can click on the link below. It will take you to the Vimeo link for what your love interest is feeling. What your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, an ex, whoever this person is. Then, I mean, I never know until I do the reading, but a lot of times it does connect and ends up being an extension of this, okay? So you can click on the link and check that out. Otherwise, guys, if this resonated with you, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email. My email is in the box below. We can go ahead and set that up, and then I will see you Cancers for your mid-monthlies, mid-January. Adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye, guys.